All right, we are going to get this thing started tonight, guys. I think I'll go live transcript. Why not? Well, then again, that might get crazy for all of you looking at everything. But I am going to do my very best to serve those people that are waiting for us on Facebook tonight. So I will jump over to Facebook quick. Thanks for being on tonight, guys. I don't know about you, but the weather is wild. And I happen to be one of those people that like really loves storms. My personality matches that. So I get very, let's just say, excitable when there are storms. It's very exciting to me. So right now we just got kind of like this crazy big storm that came through. No hail. I'm not sure if you guys got hail, but no hail for us, but crazy looking out there still. So the skies are really dark, but nonetheless, it's super fun to be here with you tonight. I've been so looking forward to sharing this event with you. And there's a number of reasons why. But for the most part, I will tell you that this event really was inspired by my experiences recently. Let's just say that recent experiences have led me to the point that I just decided it is time. It's time for more of us to pull together and get our energy moving in the right direction, not just for us, but really for everybody around us. So many of you have heard me speak before on multiple different topics. I really enjoy education. However, for me, it's about not only educating, but really seeing that it impacts people and that they're taking action on what we're teaching. So I hope tonight proves to be one of those events that really truly impacts your life and the life of the people that you know. If you are listening to this on my Facebook page and you would like people to hear a little bit more about what we're going to talk tonight, finding peace, clarity, and decluttering the mind, the body, the mental status of our mind, mental and emotional being, taking a look at our home and how we can declutter that, and pulling that all together so that we then can be better people for ourselves, our family, and for the people around us. And, you know, my hope is that that imprints upon the world in a positive way. So again, my name is Shelley Bow. I'm the wife of one, the mother of three, and the grandmother of four beautiful grandchildren. Our three children are all amazing in every way they possibly could be, but I will tell you, they're so unique. Each one of them is so absolutely unique. So I have a lot of fun as a mom. I have a lot of fun as a wife. And more importantly, recently, I'm having a lot of fun spending a little extra time with my mom and dad. And that's where I am tonight. So God be with us for good internet, because I not only am I normally in the middle of nowhere, but I'm really in the middle of Farmville here in Wisconsin. So I'm a certified weight management coach, a certified nutraceutical consultant, and I'm a certified product specialist. In the midst of that, my true love and passion is human beings, really human beings. My background's in human relations and psychology, and I really get thrilled by the way we behave as humans, what makes us tick, what, you know, why things work the way they do. So tonight's event was inspired by my pretty mama. And many of you know that my mom recently has been battling a horrific disease, and I've been getting the opportunity to spend a lot more time with her. My mom and I have a really great relationship. We've had a lot of fun watching Hallmark movies. We laugh because, you know, it's our escape from the real world. We live in romance world when we're on Hallmark. But I had the opportunity lately to attend a graduation party with her, and this is a recent picture of us. And oh my gosh, is she not the prettiest thing ever? So, but many of you know she really has been challenged by what's going on in her life. And so I'm here just loving on her and my dad and supporting them and having fun being their kid again. So if you ever think your kid is too old to move back home, think again, because I live here more than I live at my real home. So tonight's event was inspired by my mom, because I decided that it was time for all of us to take a look at what really matters in life, what's important in life, and how do we get those things to be a priority in our life. You know, and for me, oftentimes when I'm teaching or out on the road talking and doing public speaking engagements, I really like to start out and talk about what the human needs are, because there are 6 human needs, and each one of us has the exact same human needs. The difference is how we go about getting those needs met. And I need to be clear on that. We all have the same human needs. Not all of us have them in the same order. We prioritize different needs. However, we still need to understand ourselves, what makes us tick, why we do what we do. And most of that is based on what need we're working to fulfill or meet. When you look at the people around you, sometimes it's hard to get along with people that don't think the way we think. You know, I'm definitely one of those people that has struggled with making sure, that I am understanding and being respectful of where other people are at, seeing things from an empathic view and understanding what it's like in their shoes. However, I will tell you what I've really noticed in recent years is that there are 6 human needs, and everybody, when you look at the way they live, is constantly working to have these needs met. The need for certainty. Certainty is your survival need. That one has gone through the roof. For those of you that need the certainty, the safety, the survival, everything has to be structured and regimented. You don't like things being thrown in. You don't like change. These typically are the people that have this as a priority, tend to be the people that are the addicts, that turn to things, that need that fix. It helps them to feel safe. They feel safe when they escape into that. Then there's people that need variety. They need a little bit of chaos. Maybe they grew up in a chaotic environment, but they're looking for a little chaos, a little variety. They want things to be a little bit different, and they don't mind when things are thrown into the mix of things. They kind of get a thrill out of it. I got a lot of that in me. Probably why I love storms, really. And then there is the need for significance. I will tell you, every human being has this in their top 3, whether they tell you they need it or not. Some people find significance in showing the world that, look at me, I've got 16 kids and my house is a mess, but for me, because my priorities are my kids are good and everything is safe for them, it's safe, it's certain, I don't care about that. I feel significant because I am being a great parent. Other people feel significant when they drive a fancy car. Other people feel significant when they're as humble as can be and they're able to live on almost nothing. Other people feel significance by changing their hair color, having a cool look. Maybe it's their style, maybe it's piercings, maybe it's tattoos, maybe it's a little of all of that, but you can see when somebody values that at the top of their list. The reason I share this is because it is so important in understanding, why do I function the way I do? Why do certain things come easy for me and other things challenge me? And how about the people around me? Why don't they think the way I do? Because isn't my way right? I think it is, but maybe it's just right for me. Love and connection is a huge, huge need. We all want to have love and connection. Unfortunately, many of us settle for connection and pretend that it's love, right? And if you're one of those people, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes we settle into maybe a relationship that isn't healthy for us, but it feels better than nothing, right? A lot of us, we long for love. And if we've not felt love and we don't feel loved, we feel alone, we tend to find safety mechanisms. Like it might be binging on Netflix. It might be binging on food. It might be over, consuming alcohol or drugs or whatever it might be. Growth and contribution are where I want most of us to be. And what I mean by that is, it's great we have all these needs, and it's great we figure out how we meet those needs and find healthy ways to meet those needs. However, isn't it the truth that most of us live on this planet hoping that the job that we do, the career path we take, the way we live our life, that all grows into supporting, impacting, and contributing to making this world a better place? And so it's important that you understand what your needs are. Tonight, I'm going to talk about our home. Now, when I say home, I mean 3 things: the physical place you live, your internal home, your microbiome, where you have a symbiotic relationship with your microbiome. Your bacteria is your bacteria. Your gut is your gut. It will not match my gut. You have a relationship with your microbiome, which makes up the bacteria count in your body. What about the mental status that you tend to maintain? That heavy round thing that your ears are holding together, what about that home? Would you want to live in that home? Oftentimes I'll ask myself after a week's work and just say, if everybody in my company did what I did this week, would that be a good thing or a bad thing? Sometimes it's how I lived this week. Would that be a good thing or a bad thing? So we're going to talk about those 3 homes tonight. We're going to talk about your physical home. We're going to talk about your internal gut home. And we're going to talk about that thing between your 2 ears, that home. Your home should be a sanctuary. It's helpful to take a look around every once in a while and just make sure that your home still reflects you and it still makes you happy. That when you walk into your home, it feels safe, right? Especially for those people who value at a very high level safety. The home is your escape from the rest of the world. So often, however, I believe that we are limited in our thinking because of lies that we've lived with. Now, those lies come from everywhere. They come from society, they come from peer groups, they come from teachers, they come from coaches, they come from family, they come from all over. The problem with that is we become ingrained with them. They imprint upon us, and our programming becomes it. And then you wonder when you're 50 years old, why am I living the way I am? Why can I not have a healthy weight? Why can I not seem to stick to healthy habits? Why am I not able to commit to certain things? Why does my house look a mess? Why does my gut never feel good? Why am I depressed? Why? Yet when you stop and you really think about the messages that you're speaking, not only out loud, but that you're speaking to yourself internally, probably even more damaging, you're living in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is your whole history. And unfortunately, most of us live our next day in the past, so to speak, because we're living from past beliefs and experiences. Then when you come to me and you say, Shelly, help me to become healthier, help me to become happier, help me to get my life more organized, help me to declutter and find peace and clarity. And how do you stay so balanced? And how do you handle everything you do? And my answer back to you is I've learned to live in truth. In truth. No longer do I believe I'm not good enough. No longer do I believe that I need to be in control. Okay, maybe sometimes. No longer do I believe no one likes me. I believe that I have good, healthy relationships with loving people that surround me, that I'm able to love on other people. And in fact, it's my superpower. No longer will I let fear dictate my life. Faith over fear, faith over fear. I even have a t-shirt that says faith over fear. No longer do I believe that I don't deserve love. I believe I am absolutely worthy of love. I am worthy of being healthy. I am worthy of being loved, and I am worthy of investing in myself. I am worthy. And I need you to understand that oftentimes what's holding you back is the lies, the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Cleanliness is next to, yes, godliness. You all knew the answer, didn't you? Cleanliness is next to godliness. I will tell you, since my mom and dad got sick, it was always a pretty good habit of mine, but it wasn't a ritual and it wasn't the strong habit it has become. I am in the Word every day. I pray every day. I meditate every day. I exercise almost every day. I go for walks. I walk in the grass. I dig in the dirt. I do things to keep myself grounded, centered, and in balance. And I surround myself with people who love me. And if I don't feel like taking a call, I don't take it. And if I feel like shutting technology down, I shut it down. And if I feel like just sitting with my mom next to her and praying, I sit next to her and I pray. And that is the life that I choose to lead. God needs to be in the center for me. What is it that needs to be in the center for you? Some higher power, something greater than yourself that brings you back to understanding that keeping life in a clean sort of state is a healthy place to be. So I'd like to start out with the serenity prayer tonight, because this is a prayer that most of us know and most of us say, but it is the one prayer that always brings me back to balance. So I want to share this with you tonight as we bring our lives back into balance. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So tonight, my prayer for you is that you are able to see what it is you can change, what it is you want to change and you're ready to change, and to allow the things that you're not ready to change yet to just be, and to respect and love yourself in spite of, and then to have the wisdom to know the difference and not make excuses or justify or create more of a mess in your life by your thinking patterns. One of the things that I've learned is that when I used to clean, so I managed facilities for people with disabilities. When I used to clean those facilities, I remember when I was pregnant and I was cleaning with some super like high, heavy chemical killer kind of disinfectant things one time. And I was breathing that in and I thought, I am sickened by the fact that I am allowing myself to take this in for the measly paycheck that I get, knowing that this is not healthy for me or my baby. And it was at that point that I was introduced to a cleaning line called Snap. Now, a lot of you listening in tonight, you have fantastic healthy, clean products that you use. So I'm not trying to get you to switch or tell you you need to leave a line that you're loyal to. I'm just saying, for me, in my home, it feels good to be cleaning with things that are safe for the environment, that are safe for me, still strong. This is a disinfectant by the Snap cleaning line, and it happens to be a line that I've been using for many, many years. The interesting part is right on the bottle, it says it kills the COVID. This bottle actually was created, oh God, this product's been out for at least 17, 18 years. So I find it interesting, right? Phosphate-free, commercial use, sanitizer, fungicide, viricide, mildew stat, and biodegradable. This is the disinfectant I choose to use around my home, and my mom uses it in her home as well. So that's one of the ways that I stay sane in my home, and I feel like things are clean in spite of the messes that are made sometimes, right? When you've got 4 dogs, a cat, and 4 people running around. One of the other things that I've learned is every once in a while, it just feels good to pray throughout my house, to say positive things, put positive energy back into the environment, and burn sage. And I don't know if you've all done this or not, but why not try it? What have you got to lose? It's a very peaceful sort of experience. So blue sage is used for creating money and wealth and abundance and health, prosperity, healing, coolness to your life. The white sage is used to deep cleanses space, like get rid of negative energy and create a better vibration in your environment. So some of us could probably use a little blue and a little white, if we want to be honest with ourselves. But just kind of another neat habit that sometimes I forget to mention that just brings clarity back. Many of you saw I did a quick live on Facebook not too long ago on this product, SP7. Oh my gosh, this is another one. Telling you guys, this may seem crazy to some of you, but it's the truth, that when you know that what you're doing within your home is a healthy, a safe for the environment, biodegradable, chemical-free thing, it's just a really good feeling. You're not hurting anyone around you, and you're not hurting yourself, and you're not hurting the groundwater. So this is another product. I use it now for everything. I started putting it in a spray bottle, and I mix it with water, and it's in a little spray bottle. It's enzyme based. It's industrial strength. I use it. I always run around and I dump it down every drain in our house. It cleans out the septic system. Here's the neat thing. It's an odor and waste, odor degrader and a waste eliminator. But what's beautiful about this is I dump it down my drains, or I spray it on things. I mean, I just love it. It has just a very natural, clean, fresh scent. But at the same time, it's converting the waste and the sludge that's in there into water and carbon dioxide. How cool is that? I just think that's such a cool product. So it can be used for anything and everything. It breaks down grease, and it breaks down grime and organic things and septic system things and pipes and your RVs and your campers and all that fun stuff. So this is a good one for mamas out there that have the messes around the house. Babies are pooping in the tub and everywhere else. This is a good one. I know my friend Anna Brayton uses this. How about essential oils? How many of you use an essential oil diffuser? Gosh, you guys, again, peace, clarity, feeling tranquility, finding your center. Man, we associate so much with scents, right? Aromatherapy. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Some of my favorites are lavender and clary sage, peppermint, chamomile, frankincense. And I love having these going in my diffuser. It creates such a sense of peace. If you have a spa or a studio, many of you have your own sort of diffuser scent. When we walk into your place, I'm telling you guys, when I walk into an old building and it's a studio, a spa, whatever, and they don't have any sort of like natural aromatherapy going, and instead I'm smelling the old mold and mildew and the old like walls and that smell of like a house that was built in the 1800s, that really turns me away from the facility and the service. You can almost smell mold, right? So just, making sure it's disinfected, it's clean, keeping things like SP7 and disinfectant there, and then bringing in your aroma of choice that matches your studio and the experience. Anybody ever go for a massage and you just notice, like when you walk in, it's already like, I just feel like I can breathe again, right? This Snap SOS, it comes in 2 different formulas. One has a bit of a scent. That's this one. It's a natural organic scent. And then one is just plain. I will tell you, I use this again for anything organic, coffee, wine, anything that spills, any spot on my shirt. I use this to clean my jewelry because it's based on enzymes. Again, phosphate-free, non-toxic, biodegradable, hypoallergenic, eliminates odors on contact. And again, takes that odor and just eats it up and turns it into water and carbon dioxide. something natural, right? But this is my favorite jewelry cleaner, by the way, ladies, favorite jewelry cleaner. I can spray that baby on, and all the rings that Tony has gotten for me, because he has gotten me some gorgeous, gorgeous rings. And normally before, this whole pandemic thing happened and we were always out in public, I would just love wearing all my rings because they were all from my husband, who loves me very much. So those are some of the ways that I bring just sanity, clarity, tranquility, peace back to our home. However, if my home is filled with clutter and disgust and mess and everything's unorganized, does that not drive you crazy? Because that drives me crazy. In fact, when I get back from my mom's, the first thing I do, I get all my stuff put away, and then I go like a tornado through my house and I just clean, 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 clean. Before I left, I was up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm down there vacuuming, mopping, cleaning, doing laundry, loading the dishwasher, working out. I do my thing, right? And that is one of my secrets to success, of staying organized and balanced. You wonder how I do it? I probably get up a lot earlier, and I probably go to bed later if need be. I'm a morning person. Some people are night people, but I can go like a tornado, and I'm up and down my steps somewhere 25 to 40 times a day. So I'm exercising, I'm cleaning house, I'm doing my thing, I'm letting the dogs in and out, I'm taking them for walks. I love that kind of thing. Not all of you love it. I get that. I'm a little strange that way. But what if you brought somebody like Tori Muck? Now, Tori and I just met the other day, and I was hoping she was going to hop on with us tonight. She may or may not have gotten panelist links. If you are,
I'm on. Yes, I was having technical difficulties, and then and it wouldn't let me in, and I'm here.
I'm so happy. So I just met Tori the other day, and it's funny, literally 2 days ago. And I said to Tori, I said, this is like what I call favor of the Lord right here, Tori, because what she does for a living, Tori, what you do for a living, just the thought of it. I looked at your pictures, I looked at your page, and I'm like, this brings me happiness and peace. So Tori, can you just give us a quick, and then let people know how to reach out to you? What's the easiest way? But this is Tori Muck with Feel at Home Professional Organizer. Tori, what is it you do for people?
I come in and I transform their home or their office. I help them remove clutter and create systems and just create calm and peace and tranquility in their space, because who wants to go home and see, a never ending to-do list of more things and just frustration and clutter. And, so this is just, I come in and I help you take care of that and make it all neat and organized, because it just helps you focus. It makes you feel better. You're not crabby with the rest of your family or even yourself. So I really come in and I help you get the space you deserve.
Tori, one of the things I often think of when I think of someone like you, I just love what you do. I'm serious when I say it brings me a sense of peace. And here's why. It's probably because the person I am. Like, it drives me crazy when things are just messy and piles of stuff, and you feel like you'll never get to it because you're almost it's almost too far gone kind of feeling.
You're overwhelmed.
Yes, it's overwhelmed. And people will just paralyze in that. They'll paralyze in the fear of like even beginning or knowing where to begin. When you find somebody who actually enjoys this the way you do, why, dear God, why would we not pay somebody to come in and do what we don't want to do, what we're dreading? Because Tori, I'm telling you, people don't realize it, but there's plenty of scientific studies out there that are proving over and over again that people who live in the chaos and the messy environment, that they have higher levels of anxiety. They're using more medications to sedate themselves. They're using, drugs, alcohol, anything to escape the reality of what's really happening in their life. And it's uncomfortable, and there's an anxiety there. So you should call yourself the Feel at Home anxiety relief person. Well, Tori, so easiest place to reach you, where would you recommend people reach out to you?
They can definitely give me a call. I can put my phone number in the chat, and then they can also find me on Facebook. It's Feel at Home by Tori Muck.
Awesome. So if you want to get rid of the muck, call Tori Muck.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Tori. I'm so glad you made it on.
Yes, me too.
Awesome. Thanks for being with us tonight. So fun. So I'm glad I got to be able to bring a little value to Tori's business, because I just love what she's doing. So guys, when you take a look, let's transition here a little bit from our home and finding some peace and tranquility and clarity and calm. I love the way Tori said that, calm in our home. How about feeling a sense of calm in our body? How about feeling a sense of calm in our guts? Because when your gut is balanced and clean and healthy, guess what? Your hormones function well. Your serotonin is good. Your dopamine is good. I don't know if everybody realizes this, but 95% of the serotonin in your body is produced in your gut. Yet if you have an unhealthy gut, which is the majority of our population, you're not going to have healthy levels of serotonin. And serotonin says, I feel joy. I feel happy. I'm good. I feel good about life. So if you're not feeling good about life, we need to check the gut. Dopamine. Dopamine says I'm organized, I'm on track, I have goals, I'm motivated. Dopamine, 50% is produced in the gut. So if your little microvilli are caught up in sludge and the gut ain't good, and you don't have a good, healthy balance in there of microflora, we're going to have issues with your hormones, with your body balance, with your depression, your anxiety, and how you feel about life. And oftentimes this is what leads to us having to over medicate or sedate. So good healing foods for the gut are things that feed your good bacteria, things called prebiotics like kale and chia seeds and garlic and sauerkraut and scallions and avocados and turmeric and aloe, one of my favorite products that I'll talk about tonight. So these are the gut healing type foods that we can eat. And if you don't believe me when I talk about the immunity and how it's related to the gut, take a look at this chart. So many of the unbelievable amounts of autoimmune responses the body is having right now, like multiple sclerosis and lupus and ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, diverticulitis, psoriatic arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, myositis, myositis. Didn't want to mispronounce it. All of these things can be led right back to, you got it, the gut. The gut. So this is the truth. And this, not only do we talk about finding our center, I'm literal when I say we need to find our center, because everything will happen as a result and can be traced back to the gut. So wouldn't you all agree we need to get the gut healthy? How do we start? Lots of water, good restful sleep. 4 90-minute sleep cycles a night is what you're going for. 4 90-minute sleep cycles per night. You are best to complete a sleep cycle 90 minutes than you are to sleep for, that would be an hour and a half. It's better to sleep an hour and a half than it is to sleep 2 hours. It's better to sleep 3 hours than it is to sleep 3.5, because you're completing a pace cycle, funny. You're completing a sleep cycle. You're not in the middle of a sleep cycle. So eat in color, drink plenty of water, sleep well, pray, meditate. And I'm going to talk about some of the ways we can escape the chaos of our life. But this is how we stay clean and lean, fat burning machines, is we feed our body well. We feed it color. Color fights disease. Benefits of clean water and clean lemon water, huge. So many of you love water and you're drinking plenty, easily 64 ounces a day. And then there's those of you like my husband that I'm lucky if I can fill 1 glass and get you to drink it during the day. So guys, we need to understand we have to have pure, clean water in our hydration to hydrate the body. We also have to have lemon water, because lemon water goes above and beyond to boost the immune system, balance the pH in the body, help with cleaning out the lymphatic system, wrinkles, blemishes, tooth pain even, sore throats, good for weight loss. It's a good blood purifier. It reduces fever. There's so much with a simple lemon. About a half lemon in warm water is what you're shooting for daily, and you could drink it all day long if you wanted to. So good water, good sleep, good prayer, good meditation, bringing that all together, and then making sure we're focused on what's happening within our gut and that we are loving on our gut, right? How do we manifest good things? One, it's our thoughts, because there is the vagus nerve running directly between your gut and your brain. In fact, many experts will call your gut your second brain. That vagus nerve is constantly telling you, if the brain says, I'm freaked out, I'm anxious, the gut says, you're freaked out, you're anxious, I'm shutting down. If the gut says, I'm freaked out, I'm anxious, I don't feel good, I got a gut ache, the brain says, you're going to have to shut down. The body systems are made to make sure that you can function, at the very least function, and all the unimportant systems like reproductive system, lymphatic system, digestive system, they'll shut down when you're in fight or flight. So digestive enzymes with probiotics by Isotonics is my favorite enzyme. Comes in little packets. It's easy to travel with. Man, I dump those in my water. And what it does is it's really helping to liquefy whatever it is you're putting in your body so that the body is able to draw the nutrients out of it, so that the little microvilli can actually get what it's supposed to out of the food that you're eating. It's going to help you get the most nutrients from your food. It's going to support you in the bloating, the flatulence, the gas, and the stomach pain and discomfort that you're feeling. A simple solution like an isotonic absorbing digestive enzymes with probiotics. If you're the person that's really never done a cleanse, I'm going to invite you. Jump on with me tomorrow morning at 8:30. If you aren't jumping on with me tomorrow morning at 8:30 and you really want to learn how to cleanse your body and detoxify your body, I'm doing a talk tomorrow morning for about an hour from 8:30 until 9:30 Central. And in that talk, I'll send you the link. Just send me a message. In that talk, I'm going to be talking about this NutriClean 7-day cleanse that I do. I do this cleanse along with a food detoxification about twice a year for me. If I was an unhealthy eater, I'd probably do this 4 times a year, but I'm cleansing the gut, the colon, the liver, and I'm releasing the sludge that's been built up in there that's probably fermenting, rotting, and causing a lot of undigested proteins and bacteria to leak into my blood. I want to get rid of that sludge, don't you? Right? Because sludge in the gut is not going to help you at all. We want to get rid of that stuff. One of the things I learned a long time ago is that aloe juice, when it's a good quality aloe juice and it is certified by the Aloe Science Council, you can actually see aloe work with the 300 phytonutrients in it to support the body from within. It will penetrate 7 layers of tissue. Yes. Look at a child who has the cradle cap, or someone who's struggling with eczema of the skin, or somebody who's got like the plaque psoriasis, somebody who's really struggling with acne, skin, rash, anybody who's highly sensitive, highly reactive, anybody that has sore tissue within, this would be a great support system for them. The aloe juice that I choose to use is 150% whole leaf aloe. And this is the ultimate aloe. This is the one that I've been using for years and highly recommend to all of my clients and customers. And then I really strongly believe that if we are not supporting our body with a good, healthy probiotic, we're cutting ourselves short. We're asking for trouble. Guys, remember, I said your microbiome is symbiotic to your body. You need to have good, proper bacteria and pH balance. There are huge benefits in supporting the body with a good probiotic. Probiotics work in every respect in your life. You've got cholesterol levels, stress levels, teeth, healthy teeth, urinary tract, anybody that gets yeast infections, bladder infections, any type of overabundance of bacteria, overabundance of yeast growth, anybody who is struggling when they eat to just feel that bloating or flatulence or gas, it could be as simple as taking a good probiotic, and not a probiotic that's broken down in your stomach acid. See, that's the problem with most of them. You're running into these stores and you're buying their cheapest probiotic, or you're going to a health and nutrition store and thinking, well, because it's in the fridge, it must be a really good one, right? Really good. Well, how long was it sitting in the semi? How long did it sit in the storage facility? How do we know that that bacteria is even alive when it hits the gut? And how do we know it's not getting eaten up by stomach acid? We don't. We frankly don't. And I'm not saying every probiotic out there isn't good. I'm saying there's some good ones. I'm sure there are. But I hang my hat, my loyalty always lies where the science is. So everything that I have used and recommended my clients, I look at the science behind it. I see the clinical evidence and I see the comprehensive thoughtful blends. And that is where I will be loyal. So when you're looking at supporting the gut, supporting the vaginal tract, supporting the digestive health and pH balancing out the bacteria in your body, I go with this one because we use in our Nutrimetrics line something called BioTrack and LiveBack technology. These technologies are going to support the body in, number one, keeping that product lying dormant. Doesn't need to be refrigerated, so it doesn't matter what temperature has hit it. When it hits your stomach, it will not be broken down by stomach acid because of the BioTrack. It'll track itself through and be released where it's supposed to, in the amounts it's supposed to, at a time release level, and it's not going to be eaten up by the stomach acid before it even gets there. A lot of you are taking probiotics, but it's gone before it ever gets to the smaller GI. We want one that hits both the upper and the lower GI tract. All right, transitioning into finding peace and mental clarity. So sometimes it's just good to be a kid again. You know how happy kids are? You know, their world can be just in chaos, right? Absolute chaos, brokenness, destruction. I mean, a tornado could be coming through, their house could have fallen down, and kids will find a way to just Play. When you ask them what they want to do, they just want to play. And you know why? Because they're healthy, because they're laughing a lot. They're playing. They're in the dirt. They're digging in the dirt. They're running through the grass. Let your kids run barefoot. It's good, right? My granddaughter was just bitten in the foot bitten. That is going to go down as one of the funniest things I said on this tonight. She was stung in the foot by a bee, okay? Stung in the foot by a bee. And she says to me, she goes, well, Grandma, I'm not sure if you heard about my foot, but I stepped in the grass and I was stung by a bee. I said, oh no. And she said, well, I was walking barefoot. So at 9 years old, taking full responsibility, dear God, right? And I said, you know what? Grandma loves to run barefoot. Run barefoot, people, dig in the dirt, right? Dig in the dirt. Get out in nature and take a stinking walk. Escape the chaos in your life. Leave the phone at home unless you're going to play some beautiful binaural beats, which is something I highly recommend if you've never heard of it on YouTube, binaural beats. Bring yourself back to peace and clarity. Beautiful music, beautiful binaural beats, walking on the trails, breathing in nature and seeing what God has created for you and reminding yourself of all that you are grateful for. My friend Kim Rainer released 417 butterflies, and it was sort of symbolic of her overcoming her cancer. I mean, to this day, she still collects all these, what do you call them? Kim's going to laugh at me right now. I think she collects the larvae and it becomes a cocoon and then it blossoms into a butterfly. Kim, I hope you got a good laugh out of my explanation of what a butterfly does. But you ever see that goofy little cartoon where, the butterfly and the caterpillar are sitting there and the caterpillar looks at the butterfly, he's like, you've changed. And the butterfly says, yeah, we're supposed to. So change is good, right? Change is good. Change is constant. If you're not changing, you're not growing. So enjoy the butterflies, enjoy the sunset, enjoy the sunrise. Just look at the beautiful skies. Look at the roaring like crazy skies today. My daughter River sent me a picture, and we love weather. We love crazy weather. And she sent me these rolling clouds over by Little Chute, and I just love that. Like, it gets me excited. But it also gets me excited to see something like this, doesn't it? I put these pictures in here because I wanted you to be able to identify with you who are watching this tonight. And you're just looking at these pictures and you're going, oh God, yes. In the middle of my mess, in the middle of my world, in the middle of my trauma and my pain and everything that is happening, God is still good. And this is still beautiful. And I'm still grateful. How about birds kissing? What? Is there anything more precious than that? My gosh, every time these two cardinals come into our backyard, I mean, we know that it's my husband's mom and dad that passed away, not that very long ago, but we know that it's them. And I've seen them kiss several times. I've also seen other chicks coming in to try and get the attention of Jerry. And I don't like when they visit because they think I've also seen other younger red cardinals kind of try and come in and flap their little wings around his mom. And I don't think, either one of these two has any interest in anyone else. They're always together. But isn't it just beautiful? The birds. My mom has baby birds out here. Oh, dear God, I peeked in on them today. I know I'm not supposed to, but I had to do it. They're so stinking cute. I can't even stand it. They're so cute. You can't even not smile when you hold a puppy. How about holding a puppy, holding a kitty? If it makes you happy, holding a snake or a lizard, whatever makes you happy. But this is my beautiful daughter, River. And I'm telling you, you never get River to just sit and smile for a picture. It's always some weird, strange look. But she smiles when she holds her dogs. She smiles when she holds her puppy. She smiles when she holds every puppy, right? So Vicki Gibbons, if you're in the house tonight, rock on. I get you. I get you. It brings you peace and happiness. So hold a puppy today. Hold a kitty. Kim Rainer, I hope your cat is going to have kittens tomorrow morning, 4:00. She's going to have either 3 or 6. So that's my guess. And this is my mama. And this was the first time that I made a trip to visit her after she was undergoing her chemotherapy treatment. And I brought Buddha with me. Buddha, yes, his name is actually Buddha. He is a beautiful, big, fluffy chow chow. I'm not sure that my mom appreciates his fur dropping on her carpet, but we've done our best to cut him down. He looks a little bit nicer than this right now, but look at the smile on my mom's face. You can only imagine how horrible she was feeling in that moment. But all of a sudden, she's laying there with her eyes closed, and suddenly there was Buddha. He came up to smell her and be by her. Tell me that doesn't just bring you some happiness and some peace, because it sure did me. And I was like, he knows she's sick. He knows. Isn't that just precious and beautiful and wonderful? Can you see why I was so inspired to do this event tonight, guys? So when it comes to energy, mood, digestion, immune function, blood pressure, and well-being, and I talk about pampering yourself and taking care of yourself. Again, I'm not the person who says, oh, use good cleaning products, take a good probiotic, and you're going to be great. I'm the person who says, take a look at a well-rounded approach to your health. And part of that is taking care of your spine, your nervous system, and making sure that your body has a good circulatory flow. I don't think everybody realizes the benefits of chiropractic care, but I have two here that I'd like to talk a little bit about. Dr. Rachel Elliott with Flow Chiropractic in the Appleton area. She's located right down there on Old Oneida in one of those big, beautiful buildings called B. Be holistic. And she's just got a beautiful soul and a beautiful personality. And she's a newer chiropractor to the area, highly successful. People who go to her just love her. And I just love Rachel. You're going to love her when you meet her. I've been working a long time with Chiropractic Advantage, and they give me not only excellent adjustments and massage, but I can tell you, these guys are amazing. Their personalities. I was in a bad car accident at the end of 2019. I didn't even know they knew about it yet, really. And one of them saw me out for a brunch and came right up to me and said, can I just give you a hug? I heard about the accident. I walked into their facility for my first adjustment, and everybody wanted to hug me and just love on me. And I'm like, where does this happen? So it's just beautiful to know that we have places that we can be loved and trust and go and get chiropractic care, because it's a good self-care thing. And oftentimes I realize you don't want to take the time, you don't want to make the investment, but sometimes, guys, I mean, you're going to pay for it later. So why not? Sometimes you need a lifeline or a life coach. And one of the life coaches that I have really grown to love, not just as a great life coach, but as a great friend. Kim Rayner is probably one of my closest friends. She is my female soulmate. She is a life coach with All About Spirit, life coaching, law of attraction life coach. One of the things Kim has added to her toolbox of tools this year is supporting people as they're going through financial difficulty. You know, she's great in supporting them with catastrophic events, trauma events, life-changing events. And one of the things I've really seen her impact this world in is taking a look at where you're at, because I think some of the chaos and the fear in this life comes from our financial situation. So I just wanted to, again, make mention. Take care of yourself. Reach out to people that you trust. I'm talking about people tonight that I trust and I feel good about referring you to. So I wanted to make mention of Kim Rayner tonight. You know, self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Your people, meaning the people around you, the people in your life, the people in your circle, they will appreciate that you are caring for yourself. It does none of us any good for me to lose my crap, right? It does nobody any good. Now, when I say lose my crap, I don't mean shed tears. I don't mean pour my heart out in the right situations, in safe spaces and safe places. I'm talking about freaking out, taking it out on other people, screaming at other people, losing my temper, not being able to keep my cool and not feeling imbalanced. We need to learn how to mentally balance ourselves and ground ourselves so that we can be the best person, not only for us, but we don't feel good after we do that to people around us, right? The people in our circle. So please take care of yourself. What does that mean? It might mean reaching out to a life coach, a chiropractor. It might mean reaching out to somebody like a Tori Muck to get things organized in your life, or it might mean reaching out to a holistic therapist like Tina Wonke. Recently I did. Tina is doing a brand new technique. She is always getting recertified in things that she feels that would be integrative into her integrative practice. She's a holistic healer, and Tina owns Roots of Healing in the Appleton area. She works a lot through Zoom, so it's easy for all of you nationwide, but rapid transformation processes for healing is what I recently took her up on. And I can tell you within one day, I noticed a significant difference. One treatment, one day. And I was one of those people that I was ready, willing, and wanting. So I'm going to say, if you're ready, willing, and wanting, and you want change and you want it to be permanent change, this may be a process that can support you. Maybe you just need to get a makeover. Maybe you just need to pamper yourself with good, healthy skincare. Sometimes it's just getting your pretty on. I love Jennifer Freeze with Starstruck Artistry. Starstruck Artistry is one of those facilities where Jenny is so welcoming, so clean and balanced and gentle. And she herself lost her father not very long ago to cancer. You know, she can relate to so many of us in what we're going through. She'll love on you. She'll take care of you. She's gentle with you. And I just wanted to make mention of her. You know, she's over in the Oshkosh area with her fiance Dan. And then there's my niece Jamie that's right here local in this area, the Marshfield area, with Indigo Bloom Skin Spa. Jamie, it's hard to get into because she's always overbooked, but you just need to know, you know, book her long before you need her. But Indigo Bloom Skin Spa, you guys need to learn to just take care of yourselves and pamper yourselves a little bit. You know, one of the things that I've learned along the way is that stress hormones are there for a reason. We need them, right? If you're being chased by a bear or suddenly a rat tries to attack you, yes, a rat, I did say a rat, you need to be able to run and run quick, right? For me, a rat is more threatening to me than a mother bear with her cubs. That is the honest to God truth. But here's what I will tell you. You need to take a serious look at how long you are staying in that fight or flight mode, because your sympathetic and parasympathetic systems are there for a reason. But unfortunately, our sympathetic system ain't so sympathetic sometimes, and it will keep you there scared, living in fear, living in fight or flight with all your other systems shut down. Your cortisol goes through the roof. Your stress hormones go through the roof. You can't sleep. You've got chronic fatigue. You end up with pain, inflammation, depression, no immune system. And this is what leads to a world of pain and trouble. This is where we're going to grow into our mental state, because we know that stress is, in my opinion, the number one killer in this world, the number one killer. It leads to more disease. More disease can be linked back to stress, which can be linked back to your gut and the malfunction in your gut, leading to hypertension, migraines, acne, hives, depression, sleep deprivation, using fake things to get you down at night that don't do you any good because you're not in REM sleep anyway. So how do we offset what's happening with our stress level? We need to take a look at supplementally, what are we doing? Omega-3 is one of my number one. There are two that I go to, and omega-3 is one of them. But I'm tired of people buying omega-3, buy one, get one cheap crap, or going out there and getting it from some nutrition store. They have no idea where the fish was farmed. They have no idea the cleanliness of the water. They have no idea if that product has been checked or assayed, if it was found with any contamination. I know with this product, there's 3,000 milligrams of fish oil. I know that there's 1,500 milligrams of EPA and DHA. And I also know scientifically that that is exactly the amount we need to have an effect on our heart, our inflammation, and our mental health. And I will tell you, if you're struggling with OCD, ADD, anxiety, depression, any of these things, sometimes we can't even go after the clutter in our life. Sometimes we don't even feel like getting out of bed and going for a walk. Sometimes we need to bring the supplement in to give us what we need to be able to function, to be able to be life coached, to be able to be counseled, to be able to feel like leaving our home, and to be able to function and be a good person out there in the world. So I'm telling you, if you're struggling with any of those things, this may be the answer. You just have to reach out to one of us. Whoever invited you tonight knows what I'm talking about when I mention a high quality omega-3, when I mention clean, environmentally safe products, when I mention BioTrack and LifeBack. They know what I'm talking about. If they invited you here, please reach back out to them. Ask them about this. This is where you want to be. This is where you want your loyalty to be, taking care of yourself. Now, guys, do you realize that a workout is equal to a Prozac? A workout is equal to a Prozac. Do you realize the endorphins that are released? Do you realize it's like giving yourself a natural high when you work out? This is why, since my mom's been sick, I meditate every day. I exercise almost every day. I read almost every day. I pray. I'm in meditation. I sleep to the best of my ability. And I work out because I know it's that release and I need it. A couple of people that I really trust in this arena, if you need to get out of the house and do something for yourself because you need to be held accountable by someone, reach out to the people that know what they're talking about. You know, Wendy, I got to meet her last week with Roland Augustine, and Roland's been in my life now for many, many years. Many of you know they've been in the world of athleticism forever. They're personal trainers, but they go above and beyond to make sure and work with corrective exercise, to make sure they're doing the right fitness fitness regimen for your body. But they have opened their new business called Dynamis Fitness, and they're right in the Appleton area. So reach out to Wendy, reach out to Roland Augustine, and let them know, hey, I'm looking. Caitlin and David Beiser, another beautiful couple. You know, I met David so many years ago, and he's another one certified continuously in everything from neuromuscular therapy to corrective exercise to being a Czech practitioner. With his wife, Caitlin, they opened Atlas Strength and Wellness. They are so good in finding balance in your life. So these are two that, again, you may have your person, love on them, trust them, go to them. These are just two that I know that I can wholeheartedly promote. Bliss is a great adaptogen. An adaptogen helps the body adapt to just whatever the stress level is. If you're too high and wound up and anxious, it helps to calm you down without making you tired. If you're too depressed and feeling low, it'll help lift you up so you can feel balance. Bliss is balance. Bliss is balance. And this one will work synergistically, naturally, beautifully, organically with your body. If bliss is not enough and you talk to the person who invited you, reach out to them and say, I've been using bliss. I feel like I need something a little more powerful. You're going to be looking at a product called ACTS, ACTS, Adrenal Cortisol Thyroid Stress Formula. This is an excellent formula to sort of help you through your weight loss goals as well. I do a lot of listening and reading with Dr. Joseph Dispenza. Dr. Joe Dispenza is one of my favorite when it comes to the mind-body connection. They are one. Dr. Joe says the heart receives intuitive information, but we can't receive it when we are living by the hormones of stress. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can give you the best message in the world, but it's hard to receive it when you're blocked by your limiting beliefs. You're living in lies instead of truth. So how do you open your mind to believe in the truth, to start to reprogram the mind to believe that? See, as long as your thinking is equal to the environment you're in, the people around you, the chaos around you, the unhealthy environment that you're living in your body and the way you're feeling, as long as you are thinking equal to that environment, your personal reality is creating your personality. People can see it, right? It's palpable. People can see it. They can feel it when you're in their presence. They can feel it through your energy. But there is a dance between your inner world and your outer world, your external world. And that little dance is called karma. And karma can be a you know what sometimes, can it? We draw in and attract what we put out. Question your energy. Question where you're at. Question your frequency. What is it people feel when they're with you? Because that is what you're drawing back to you. Again, Dr. Joseph Dispenza, look him up. Your personality is your personal reality. What's all the buzz about bees? This is my number 2, omega-3 and B complex, but it needs to be an activated B complex. Again, you guys are out there buying your B complex supplements thinking, I take B complex. You know, do you notice anything besides the icky taste and the yellow pea? Or do you actually notice within 10 minutes of drinking it, because in the isotonic solution, it's an isotonic solution, meaning it absorbs in 5 to 10 minutes at a 90 to 98% rate. When you take it in the right amount, in the right absorption capacity, and it's activated, methylated, ready for the body to absorb, no matter what your genetic variation is, you know you're getting your Bs. Bs will support you in irritability. They're going to support you in stress. They're going to support you in allowing stability within the DNA of your cell so it doesn't get broken down, so you don't end up long-term sick. It's going to help increase energy, focus, irritability. Won't increase irritability. It will help you with irritability, cardiovascular disease, overall mood. It's going to help support the body in the healing processes. Guys, B vitamins and omega-3 are 2 of the number 1 products I recommend because they're very synergistic with the body. They're very organic for the body. They agree with the body, and they have a lot of functions in the body. The eyes, your weight, your heart, your inflammatory response, the beautiful skin that you have, how you feel from within, and the de-stressing. Many of you know, in many recent years, we've seen a lot of research come out in vitamin D, haven't we, in supporting us for regulation of our mood and our depression and our anxiety. And many of you realize this is the number 1 thing that we want to keep in our body to keep a strong immune system. I do not go a day without vitamin D. Women, if you're premenopause, postmenopause, in menopause, or anywhere in your cycle, to be honest with you, you don't want to be without vitamin D. This is a very, very good hormone regulator. I was just talking to my oldest daughter, Bailey, today. She had her baby 5 months ago, fourth baby, and 26, just turned 27 years old. She's got a lot going on. They own a big martial arts business. There's a lot going on in that house, right? So she said to me, she goes, Mom, my hormones just feel totally out of whack right now. What, really? You think? So I said to her, I said, are you doing enough vitamin D? And she said, I'm doubling up on my prenatal some days. And I said, it's probably not the 5,000 or 10,000 IUs that you need right now. So vitamin D, guys. Dr. Joe, your limiting beliefs have become your truths. See, when you embrace elevated emotions and you think thoughts that are greater than the self-limiting lies that you're living in, so you think thoughts greater than you thought yourself capable of, the limiting ones were keeping you in your past. You're living in your subconscious mind. You're living tomorrow like it was yesterday until you get past those limiting beliefs and you start to recreate and prepare yourself chemically for your future. On the darkest days when I feel inadequate, unloved, and unworthy, on the darkest days, I remember whose daughter or son I am, and I straighten my crown. God, I love this. Remember whose child you are. Remember whose child you are. In the worst moments in life, in catastrophic events, in trauma, in chaos, when you don't feel okay and safe and you're reaching for things that you don't want to put in your body because they're not going to bring about good, remember whose child you are. And if worse comes to worse, you might need a little shot of energy. I'm not lying when I say the driving back and forth every week right now, that's 5 hours on the road every week. It's packing up, it's preparing my family to leave behind. It's coming here and supporting my mom and dad as I'm here and bringing the things I need. Sometimes I need a little extra boost. This little guy, this little awake shot, put one of those babies down before I leave home so I stay awake, because that's the greatest concern. My family's, here and there are wondering if I'm going to make it every trip, because I relax and kind of like to fall asleep when I drive. So no chemicals, no dyes, no sugar, no crash, but just loaded with B vitamins, amino acids. So this is a great little energy shot, grape and orange. This was something sent to me by my friend Renee, and I just love it because I'm known throughout my company as the badass, right? I'm the original badass. A pinch of soul, a whole lot of sass, a sprinkle of naughty, and just enough class. The strength of a warrior, a go-to-hell glare, a past that's not perfect because life isn't fair. A sailor's mouth with a heart full of love, that's what a badass is made of. So I just love that. You guys, you can steal it. So in closing tonight, I just want to say this. I love you guys. I love you for being here with me. I hope that this impacted your life. I hope that you learn to embrace your story like I have. All the things that have happened, the death of my boyfriend when I was 18 years old, starting college, doing some crazy stuff that was, risky as heck when I went through college, to, just everything my husband and I have been through in our story with addiction and working our way through that, to be married, whatever it is, 27 years together, 35 going on 36 years, to going through what I am with my parents right now. I'm going to bring it all back home for you. My mom is one of the strongest people I know. And man, my parents are amazing. They are absolutely amazing. So much of my heart comes from them. So much of my mind is because of them. So much of the strength and the courage and the bravery that I've developed is because of them and all the lessons they taught me. Living on a farm in Wisconsin isn't a flippin' easy life, right? It's a hard life. They've lived a hard life. They've worked hard, and we worked hard as kids. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I embrace it. I embrace my story. I embrace having to live through the death of Greg when I was 18 years old. That was tough, right? It's tough, but we overcome. And once we've been there, and then life dishes out something else, we can remind ourselves that we've been there before. See, your story will become what impacts the world. It will become why you exist. It will become your purpose and your mission, like it has for me. Remember in those days to just get outside, walk in the grass, jump up and down, dig in the dirt, find your center, and be grateful for everything that you have and every day that you have. This is very hard. With the people that you love. So many of you are living your life in fear, and you don't realize that every day you are faced with a 5-second window at every moment to go this way or that way. You are faced with decisions, but you're blaming it on your conditions. You're blaming your whole life on your conditions. It is not your conditions. People have been through a hell of a lot worse than I have, and people have been through worse than you have. And a lot of you have been through a lot more than I ever have. But once we come to that point where we realize that God has a bigger plan and there's a purpose in everything, we can realize it isn't at all our conditions. It's our decisions in those conditions and how we respond and how we react in those situations that are going to make or break the next day, the next month, the next year of your life. So be strong, be courageous, be brave. I hope that tonight I was instrumental in supporting you in decluttering your life and finding some peace, some clarity, some calm, some tranquility in your life. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'm glad I was able to hang in there till the end because this is obviously a very emotional time in my life as well. So love you guys. Thanks for being with me tonight. I appreciate it. Bye, Tori.